Hi guys, this is Grace from DigiDiesel.com, and today we're going to be learning how to paint hair digitally. This is my very first video tutorial, so I'm going to be talking just a little bit more at the beginning than I normally would. Please have patience with me, guys. I promise we'll be getting to the tutorial in just a minute. I just wanted to, introduce myself to you guys and make it a little more personal than just starting off my tutorial on my computer screen. I've been doing digital art for 10 years now. I still consider myself an amateur. I would like one day to be a masterclass artist, but I am not even close right now. So I don't want you guys to, watch my tutorials and take my word as like the biblical art law, because there are so many amazing, much better artists out there than me, and if they're telling you something, like if you go watch somebody else's hair tutorial, or I guess go look at it or read it, and it's way different than mine, like if they're telling you something that completely contradicts what I'm saying, then listen to them, listen to the better artists, because obviously what they're doing works for them. And then come leave me a comment, because I want to know what I'm doing differently so I can improve my art too. I really, really, really enjoy making tutorials and critiquing other people's art. I really love helping others improve. I notice that when I teach, or try to teach, I guess, it helps me to improve, so it's kind of a win-win for everybody. This tutorial is, like I said earlier, it's a painting hair tutorial digitally. The program that I use to paint with is Adobe Photoshop. It's either CS or CS2. I'm not 100% certain of which version I have, but it's one of those two. My tablet it's a Wacom, or Wacom H204 tablet, but I think any standard digital art program, Corel Painter, any older version of Photoshop, any newer version of Photoshop, obviously, or any tablet will do, I'm sure. I don't recommend a mouse because they don't have all the pressure sensitivity settings that a tablet does, or all the extra goodies. But if you are doing digital art with a mouse, though, I commend you, because I know I used to do it that way years ago, and that's a really giant pain in the butt. I wouldn't go back, but I know some people make some amazing art with it. I hope that you guys find this tutorial helpful, even if you only learn one itty bitty tiny thing. I hope that you do learn at least one little bitty teeny tiny thing. Take from it what you will. I really hope that I can help you guys improve your art. If you like it, if you like my tutorial, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my blog. I'll have a link to it in the description of this video, www.digiteasel.com, DIGITEASEL. And so subscribe to it, ping my blog posts, tweet them, all that stuff, to get them out there, because I would love to expand my audience beyond the probably 4 people watching this. But I hope that you guys find this tutorial helpful, and so let's get started. Okay guys, here I am. I've got my Adobe Photoshop open. As you can see, my background is set to just a basic brown. This is so that I don't have to do anything crazy with lighting. I'm going to keep my background close to my hair color. If I were to say use blue or green as my background, I would have to include that into the color of my hair, and I just I don't want to have to do any crazy lighting stuff or anything while I'm trying to teach a hair tutorial. I think it'll just be easier if I use a color close to what my hair color is going to be. As you can see, let's see. Okay, here is my image dimensions. It's a 4,000 by 4,000 pixel piece with a resolution of 300 pixels per inch. When you're painting anything, you really want to work with a really large canvas, but hair is especially important for this, because to get the level of detail you really want in your hair, you're going to need to use a really large canvas. Alright, so I'm going to make a new layer here, and on my very first layer I'm going to find a really dark, almost black color, and I'm just going to lay that down. This is going to be my base. Sorry about that, guys. I put it on the wrong layer. Okay, this is going to be my, just my rough hair base. You always, when you're painting hair, you want to start really dark. You don't want, because, you know, that's going to create, I'm just going to make this darker even. That's going to create so much more depth. You don't want to start hair using a murky mid-tone color and then add shadow in. That's going to look like crap. It's not going to look good. It's not going to give you the depth that you really, really want. Okay, my brush settings, I've just am using just a regular standard round hard-edged brush with the shape and opacity both set to pin pressure. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to get myself a little palette here of colors. I probably will not like these colors that I initially just pick, you know, and that's okay. I can always go and change them or find new ones. I'm going to be aiming to paint a really dirty blonde, kind of dark brown color. Let's get a little red in here, like a deep red. Okay, that's my little palette. Definitely a good little mix of colors there. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of my palette colors. I grabbed this kind of brownish orange here, the darker one, and I'm just going to lay it down. As you can see, I'm gonna eyedrop here where it's translucent. I'm just gonna take advantage, and I'm just gonna, you know, pay extra attention to the flow of your hair. You really, really don't want your hair to be going just all different directions and stuff. You know, hair is subject to gravity unless you've got some kind of seriously, you know, gelled up or hairsprayed style. You know, any natural hairstyle, it's really subject to gravity. So you always want to just pay extra attention to the flow of your hair, and you don't want your hair to be going different directions. That's just not gonna look any good. All right. As you can see, I'm just laying down a base for my hair. This is, you know, the foundation is the most important part of hair. If it doesn't look good underneath, you can pretty much guarantee that you're not going to be able to cover it up enough to make it look good on top. You always want, I'm just grabbing colors from my palette. I'm grabbing, I'm eyedropping colors as they get painted. And I'm just making everything really soft and just laying down some really rough base strokes. See, I don't like that, so I'm going to undo that. As you can see, I'm using so many different colors. Don't be afraid of color, guys. You know, it's digital art. That's the great thing about it. But the best thing about digital art, in my opinion, is that color, you know, you can experiment. You can experiment with any colors you want, and you just make new layers. You know, I'm always, you know, as you paint here, you always want to make new layers, because that's what really gives you the freedom to experiment. You don't have to worry about those, you know, anything you painted before getting really messed up if you put all your new stuff on a new layer. So again, as you guys can see, just laying in a really rough foundation. Don't be afraid also to use big color. One of the biggest problems that I have myself is that it's like I tend to not just put enough contrast in my paintings. And I think that's I think we all to some degree do that. You know, I think you got to kind of force yourself to really, you know, use a lot of big color. You know. So, don't be afraid of contrasts.